Hey everybody, welcome to TWST Stocks channel. Today I present you a new video. Specifically, I will give you 5 strong genomic stocks for 2021. So this is part 2 of the series. If you missed part 1 of the genomic stocks, please have a look on my channel. And these genomic stocks today have strong momentum and some have good growth as well. So I think it definitely pays to watch that video until the end with me and have a look at all of these strong genomic stocks. So before I start right off with the first genomic stock, I have to make a short disclaimer. This video does not constitute financial advice. It's for entertainment purposes only, so please consider that. And also one more quick note. Please subscribe now to my channel with a link in the description below so that going forward you do not miss any market leading stocks from me. So please subscribe now. Okay, so that was it for the intro. So let's start right off with the first genomic stock for 2021. And it is TWST, Twist Bioscience. Here you can see the long-term chart of Twist Bioscience, and as you can see, Twist was an IPO in October 2018. So why does that matter that the company had its IPO recently? Yeah, because 95% of the super performance of a stock is happening in their first 10 years after their IPOs. So with that company, with that young company, it could be that we are now in the super performance phase of that company, and it will have its strongest run in that, let's say in the first 10, it could have its strongest run in the first 10 years after its IPO. So it definitely pays to watch out for these young companies. And yeah, Twist was a recent IPO, and then it built its IPO base here, could break out of that IPO base in May 2020 and form a nice and strong uptrend since then. The short-term chart, we see that strong uptrend, and we can see as well here we bounce off the 30-day moving average. Here we bounce strongly off the 50-day again, and here we bounce off the 50-day as well. Here we bounce off the 20-day moving average to the upside, and here we bounce off the 30-day moving average to the upside. Recently we had a bounce of the 30-day moving average, but now we came back strongly on earnings, and yeah, now it looks like could be soon an attractive entry point coming, and a bounce of the 50-day here would be, I think, an excellent sign for Twist Bioscience. When we look at the growth characteristics, the EPS growth is sluggish, it's minus 35%, but the sales growth is very good with 81%, and the relative strength rating is also very good with 97. So I think Twist is definitely a strong genomic stock for 2021. Okay, so that was it for Twist. Now let's have a look at the next genomic stock, and it is NTLA, Intellia Therapeutics. Here you can see the long-term chart of Intellia, and as you can see, yeah, we have been moving sideways in a very volatile fashion for quite some time. And let's say around May 2020 we could break out of that sideways phase here and trade strongly to the upside and form a nice and strong uptrend since then. In the short-term chart we see here a sideways move and a recent breakout from that sideways phase and a strong upside move here. And we see as well here we bounce off the 20-day moving average, and just recently we came back until the 40-day moving average, and looks like we are currently bouncing off the 40-day moving average. So I think Intellia is looking excellent here from a technical standpoint. I think with these price levels would be an excellent entry point. So when we look at the growth characteristics for Intellia, the EPS growth is not the strongest, it's plus 2%, but the sales growth is very strong with 78%, and the relative strength rating is also good with 94. So I think Intellia is definitely a strong genomic stock for 2021. Okay, so that was it for Intellia. Now let's have a look at the next genomic stock for 2021, and it is PSNL, Personalis. Here you can see the long-term chart of Personalis, and as you can see, Personalis was an IPO in June 2019, and after its IPO it just moved into a downtrend, and it made its low in March 2020, and it could reverse from that low, trade to the upside, and form a nice and strong uptrend since then. And yeah, this happens as well. After the IPO, stocks can go down quite dramatically for quite some time. So sometimes it can also pay definitely that you are not always the first to buy the stock in the IPO. It often it pays. You wait some months and then you get on board once a uptrend develops. So this is my favorite strategy, waiting, and if the stock proves itself, you get on board. That is my strategy. Okay, yeah, we see here it had a nice and strong uptrend now, and in the short-term chart we see that uptrend, and you see as well here we bounce off the 40-day moving average. We bounce many times of these moving averages here of the 40-day as well. We bounce 40-day, we bounce. Here we bounce of the 50-day, here again of the 50-day to the upside, here of the 40-day to the upside, and now it looks like we could bounce of the 40-day again in Personalis. So from a technical standpoint, looking great here. When we look at the growth characteristics for Personalis, the EPS growth is sluggish, it's negative with minus 22%, but the sales growth is good with 19%, and the relative strength rating is good as well with 92. So I think Personalis is definitely a strong genomic stock for 2021. Okay, so that was it for Personalis. Now let's have a look at the next strong genomic stock for 2021, and it is FATE, Fate Therapeutics. Here you can see the long-term chart of Fate Therapeutics, and as you can see, Fate was at its IPO in September 2013. So it's a little bit older company, around a little bit more than 8 years now after its IPO. And after its IPO, you see here, yeah, we had a, let's say, volatile sideways movement and then a breakdown, and then yeah, made a low in June 2016, reversed from that low, traded to the upside, and formed a nice and strong uptrend since then. And in the short-term chart here, yeah, you see an uptrend, and yeah, you see as well recently we accelerated to the upside. We had a very strong momentum move here and strong volume coming into the stock, and yeah, also recently we pulled back in Fate, and we just bounced off the 50-day strongly to the upside again. I think if you could pause here a little bit, trade for 3-4 days, and then break out, this would be an excellent sign to get on board for Fate. When we look at the growth characteristics for Fate, yeah, these are excellent as well. The EPS growth is strong with 34%, and the sales growth is way strong with 153%, and the relative strength rating is good with 92. So with these characteristics, Fate is definitely a strong genomic stock for 2021. Okay, so that was it for Fate, and now we come to the last genomic stock for today, and it is CDNA, Caredex. Here you can see the long-term chart of CDNA, and as you can see, CDNA also was an IPO in July 2014. After its IPO, it moved into a long-term downtrend, and it made its low around May 2017. Reversed from that low, broke the downtrend, and formed a nice and very strong uptrend until around July 2019. Then it had a correction phase, and it could break out of that correction phase around May 2020 and continue with that strong uptrend. And in the short-term chart here, we see that uptrend, and we see as well, here for instance, rebounds of the 30-day, again rebounds of the 30-day moving average, here rebounds of the 20-day, here again rebounds of the 20-day, here rebounds of the, just recently rebounds strongly of the 40-day moving average. So I think from a technical standpoint, CDNA is looking good here. And when we look at the growth characteristics, the PS growth is okay with 14%. The sales growth is good with 45%. And the relative strength rating is also good with 92. So I think with these characteristics, CDNA is definitely a strong genomic stock for 2021. Okay, so these were the genomic stocks for 2021 for today. I hope in that video are some nice genomic stocks which you can use for your research going forward. And also please subscribe now to my channel with a link in the description below so that going forward you do not miss any market leading stocks from me. So please subscribe now. So I think this video could be very helpful. There are nice genomic stocks in that video, and this is a mega trend. So I think that will be this. I think these stocks could have very strong runs going forward, and so I'm happy to have that video up. And also, if you missed part 1 of the genomic stocks, please have a look on my channel. There are excellent genomic stocks with even stronger momentum. So I think you should definitely have a look at that video as well if you are into the genomic mega trend. And yeah, I think that this year will be an excellent stock trading year because of all this fiscal and monetary stimulus going on around the world from all of these central banks and governments. So I think it definitely pays to invest a lot of time in your stock investments. So and also I wish you the best for that investing year. And yeah, I hope to see you again soon. Cheers.